Tony, we lost all our money at the casino. We need another money match. Tony, please, we really need another money match. Help us, Tony Khan, you're our only hope. 'Cause they are the broke bucks and they need cash now. Just call TK Wentworth. 877 thanks, guys. 877 thanks, guys. 877 thanks, guys. I'm John Wentworth with my review of AEW Dynamite Homecoming Title Tuesday from Daly's Place in Jacksonville, Florida. That's right, because of a schedule change for the next month, I'm able to review a few episodes of Dynamite as they happen. And oh boy, do I have thoughts. Actually, there were moments I didn't mind on this show, and we are steamrolling towards Wrestle Dream, and then the Blood and Guts on the 12th of November, and I'm going to save particular thoughts for the end, but I'm reaching the end of my goddamn rope. Not unlike David Carradine, just without the trip to Bangkok. So, Excalibur is terrible. Excalibur needs to not be the lead commentator. He needs to not be a commentator on this show anymore. Taz and Danielson could be an effective team, but they need a lead announcer. They desperately need a proper lead announcer. Shivani's in the ring. He brings out Hangman and Joe, and somebody had a sign that was taken away, by the way. Ice fears Hangman. And by the way, abolish Ice. If you support Ice, fuck you. You don't deserve to have family, friends, or anybody that associates with you. You deserve to rot alone and afraid, like hopefully all the ICE agents do. That actually really have no authority, except is gifted to them by the criminal piece of shit that some of y'all elected back into the goddamn White House. So all y'all that want to support ICE, you're fucking rotten. Join ICE and become a loser, as a particular Twitter user said. I'm not going to plug their Twitter handle because they have a much bigger platform than me, but that guy's awesome. So, I would actually, I would wear more ICE-themed merchandise, but I just wanted to put this up there to remind anybody that still wants to support this criminal administration, you aren't welcome in society. You don't deserve to be like a contributing member of society until you pull your head out of your goddamn ass. And your children should leave you so you die alone and afraid. And that goes for every ICE agent out there. Fuck ICE. Fuck anybody that supports ICE. You can support the police. You can support people that uphold the law. ICE doesn't do that. They are doing things at the behest of a racist administration, a bigoted administration that wants to target people based on the color of their skin. When there are criminals in Washington, D.C. that we could do something about, but no. So anyway, let's get to the review. There has been 6 years of AEW Dynamite. Reminder that Hangman used to be a teacher. Joe is in a suit. That is somehow scarier than him in normal clothes. Hangman is confused. So are we all, because this Hangman promo kind of dissolved into the same stuff. Joe, I owe you for All In. I do respect you, because once again, he respects and wants people at their best, all that. Joe says that, well, all the stuff you said was true, but Hangman, you're a pretender. And I could have been a contender, but basically it boils down to them having a match at Wrestle Dream and that you can't outlast me. Oh, this is, by the way, right after Joe said he was going to fuck Hangman's ass. Well then, giddy up, cowboy. So, I noted punch Shivani or Excalibur in the dick. Actually, I like Shivani because as far as being the interviewer, he's fine, but punch Excalibur in the dick while we're at it. Why'd you punch me in the dick? Is Mark Briscoe okay? Because all these promos kind of just blend together after a while. The Goon Squad is there. Moxley makes his entrance along with Shafir. Remember when Daly's Place was full? Yeah, it's not anymore. Moxley with Shafir against Tomohiro Ishii. Yeah, they had a match. Look, they beat each other up. Dropped each other on each other's heads. Ishii bled. I hope he's okay. Moxley kept targeting the neck. Ishii has no such thing. And a choke won it. Yeah. There you are. I did like how Danielson said, Ishii has an incredible head. Does he now, Danielson? Does he now? Everybody is so goddamn horny in professional wrestling. Okay, so the Bucks are banging on Tony Khan's door, wanting money. This isn't funny. They had to stop doing their YouTube channel because not enough people were watching for whatever they were putting into it. It's one thing for an idiot like me to do, a bunch of YouTube videos for a few hundred people. But if these are alleged professional athletes doing the same brand of comedy that they were doing on the indies, that wasn't all that funny to begin with, this isn't good, and they don't need to be performers on this show. And that's what they are. They're not wrestlers or performers. So Renee narrates a package on Statlander and Tony Storm. Then the Hurt Syndicate took on the Not in Demand. Well, Bishop Khan should be getting a singles run. Ricochet exists as a body to beat up, and Toa Leona is fine, and a tag team will never be anything on his own. A jump start, they brawl. They didn't use the weapons as much as I thought. Probably because the Syndicate are like, we're going to be smart about this because, by the way, they know how to put together a match. Lashley and Shelton able to do this at their age is amazing. MVP, he's a great athlete. I'm glad they maybe decided to do this fight thing because I'm worried about him. I know he's had injuries. I believe he's the oldest of these three. Not by much, though. There was a table spot, where Lashley got a chair to the head and sent through a table. There was a barricade spot, a 5-star, or a shooting star press, that is. But, oh my God, the table didn't break because I am the table. And then basically, there was a little more action and everything. This actually wasn't a bad match. Actually, this is probably my favorite match on the show. But given some of the stuff that happened on it that kind of pissed me the fuck off, I bet you can guess what. They basically took turns on Ricochet after Lashley rose back up after getting put through a table, hit a bunch of spears, and then a German suplex where Ricochet went headfirst through the goddamn table, got pinned 1, 2, 3. Okay, fine. Was what it was. Next week, a 3-hour special. Yes, unless there is a special screening of something on the 15th. There is of After the Hunt. That starts at 7 o'clock. I am not going to sit there and watch a movie for almost 2.5 hours, come home, review that, and watch the rest of this. Because I got to work, basically. After starting work on September 27th and going through the 29th of this month, I'll have 4 days off. And I've already had 2 of those days off. I'm not kidding, by the way. I'm not fucking kidding. I mean, whatever. I don't have a hard job. It's just the repetition and the volume of it. But I'm grateful to have work. The Callis family needs more members. Hechicero, I believe they said they fought Bandito, and Bandito injured his shoulder. Hopefully he's going to be all right. I mean, because credit to him. I hope he's kind of selling some of it, but I'll get to that. Jurassic Express took on 2 jobber guys. I don't know what their names were. I don't care. The Bucks were watching on, but they were in separate seats, and the front row basically said to them, no, go in the nosebleeds. You can't sit with us. And there were beach balls. Hooray. Claudio needs to come back out and rip up these beach balls. The lift powerbomb thing that they used to do, 1, 2, 3. And then the Bucks attack and trigger the dinosaur, and they're going to get a match at Wrestle Dream. The Bucks also tried to cut a promo. And then they gave a pile driver to Jack Perry. Then I believe they cut a promo. I actually don't really care if they cut the promo and then hit the pile driver. I really don't give a shit. Because I do not have any desire to watch anything with the... This is not going to be a good match. I'm sorry. I gave my praise to like one Bucks match this year. That's it. So the Deathrider Goon Squad are backstage. Pac decided to talk. Why is Pac dressed like a mixture of the Submariner? Shout out to a friend of mine in Texas pointed out to me. The Submariner and Daniel Day-Lewis from Gangs of New York. I hit mute. Why is Yuta talking? Why is Garcia talking? Why are these dumb motherfuckers still being allowed to take up so much TV time when they have not progressed at all? Kyle took on Kyle, a.k.a. Fletcher took on O'Reilly Auto Parts. TNT title match. Archer was standing near Callis, and Callis is on the show entirely too much. I'm sorry. There's some talent in the Callis family, but Callis is a terrible manager, an absolutely abysmal manager. It was good work. These guys can wrestle. O'Reilly can wrestle. I just have a hard time caring because He was off for like 2 years because of a busted neck and other injuries. And it just... He's a good wrestler. He is what he is. This is Kyle Chance. I mean, okay, so the crowd was having fun. So Kyle got a knee from behind on Kyle, 1-2, and then an ankle lock. And then Danielson, once again, showing how egregiously horny he is. Kyle Fletcher has such length. Ask Sky Blue. Is that mean? Probably, but I don't really care because they seem like a happy couple. 2 brainbusters, 1, 2, 3. Then a post-match brawl with members of the Callis family. And eventually Briscoe shows up, and Kyle and Briscoe almost come to blows. Fletcher and Briscoe, that is. And this needs to end with Briscoe winning the title, but then they need to also keep the momentum up with Fletcher. I don't know. Mercedes then took on the somebody from Florida. It was the former Caden Carter, a.k.a. Lacey Lane. She was Lacey Lane in one of the Mae Young Classics. I think it was the first one. Fun fact, Lacey Lane is like 4 years older than Mercedes. I got told that. She is a lot closer to my age than I thought. I thought she was maybe 31. TBS title match. Danielson said he used to watch AEW during the pandemic. Meaning he was under a WWE contract and said, fuck you, I'm going to go here as soon as my contract's up. And I don't blame him. It was fine. Mercedes won. Oh, by the way, there was an ICE ad, so once again, fuck ICE. Yeah, join this group of, terroristic bigots. And they are. They're just bigots and out-of-shape fucks that actually can't do anything. They have no spine. They have nothing of note to contribute to society. If they all fell off a cliff like lemmings, it wouldn't matter. All right. So, yeah, it was a match. It just, at least Mercedes didn't talk. She's got to lose that fucking title soon. She has to lose every single one of those titles. Or at least be off this program for about 6 months. I don't want to see her anymore. I don't care if she can wrestle. I don't want to see her anymore. Sammy and the Beast of Monet are backstage because it's going to be Eddie versus the Beast of Monet. Okada cut off Take's entrance. Bandito with a bad shoulder. Actually, I think it's this shoulder. And Brody King against Take and Okada. Basically, it's a double Jeopardy tag match. I had to have this explained to me because I think it was actually explained during the Callis promo, but I tuned it out because I don't want to listen to him unless he's giving a deposition in court for all the women that he creeped upon, allegedly. Basically, if the heels win, then they get a tag title shot at WrestleDream. And if the faces win, one of them faces Okada at WrestleDream for the unified title. Also, Takeshita is going to face Zack Sabre Jr. right after this for the IWGP World title at King of Pro Wrestling. Now, that's on the 13th. That's a Monday. I am not likely going to be able to review that show. I looked at the card. You want me to watch a Gabe Kidd match? You want me to put up with more Bullet Club stuff? I'm good. I'm good. I'll just be over here. I'll actually be at work. But Brodito has a messed up shoulder. The match is fine. Takeshita deserves a massive pay raise. Because I'm sorry, I know that Okada looks like he's in better shape than he has been. And I know that he can't be the 5-star Okada, and I get that. But I can't just unsee that he is unmotivated. He is just taking Tony's money, and he's giving 20% effort. Despite the fact he's probably getting at least $2 to $2.5 million. And Tony can spend whatever the fuck he wants. But he's not getting a return on this goddamn investment. So, basically, there's a miscommunication with the heels, which actually made me think that Okada was going to end up costing Take the win. But we get a Poison Rana. Basically, Bandito could not hit the 21-plex. A blind tag and then a Rainmaker on Bandito, 1, 2, 3. And that was a fun show. That was a really fun... What do you mean there's a main event? What do you mean they put that joke of a son of a bitch in the goddamn main event? So Jet Speed is backstage. Willow's there, looking as only she can look. It's about FTR. And then Stokely, I'm amazed they can find clothing for him that's actually in a child's size, that's small. And Megan Main, I believe, called her Lilo. Good job. Good job. They can look great. So hopefully Bandito will be alright. But Brody basically says, we're going to keep fighting. And then Orange Cassidy versus Pac. Tony Khan will never learn. Why was Pac a version of Submariner and Daniel Day-Lewis from Gangs of New York? Pac is nearly 40 and has been injured more often than he's been in the ring. And in AEW at least. And probably should lay off the juice. Because it's fucking ridiculous. You can lift all you want. I'm sorry. He's always been in great shape. But he looked like a fucking balloon animal there. Now, he was a little more grounded, which is probably smart and probably something he should have done a few years ago. A table bump later. Oh, and then we get a tombstone near the little staging area. And then suddenly, Pac ends up getting, his feet cuffed or getting cuffed by somebody because it's cuffing season. And then basically it was Darby, by the way. Orange Cassidy won with the roll-up. Who benefits from Orange Cassidy gaining a victory on a program in 2025? His character has never progressed. I will never respect him because I do not need to respect him because from Double or Nothing 2019 to now, it's the same bullshit. And it will never change. And I don't care if you guys like him. You can like him all you want. But I will never care for what he does because what he does is embarrass professional wrestling. And then Darby. Darby's standing on the goddamn stage there. The weird staging that they have for like how Daly's place is set up. And Darby then sprays Pac. He gets a taser, and then he has a Molotov cocktail. It looks like he's going to light somebody on fire with. This whole feud needs to be lit on fire. So here's what I'm vowing. And by the way, they had Shafir talk. Stop talking, you dumb bitch. Nobody wants to hear you. Shut up and know where you belong, which is not on a main event program. You dumb broad. And Yuta. Get Yuta off this fucking television. Get Garcia the fuck away from this. Claudio, send him back to Switzerland for about 6 months. This Deathrider stuff has gone on forever. Forever and a day. And it's going to keep going. So here's what I vow. I don't expect it to end at WrestleDream, even though Darby should win. And hopefully, really lays that shit in. And I've kind of soured on Darby because of some of the shit he's done. But it's not going to end at WrestleDream. I think they're going to do dueling blood and guts. They're going to open with the women and close with the men or swap that. If it doesn't end at blood and guts, I mean if the Death Riders are not banned, abolished, dissolved, whatever, then World's End will be the last AEW review that I end up doing for the foreseeable future. That is my vow to you. Because I can't fucking take it anymore. If Tony Khan refuses to fucking listen to the dwindling fan base, the people that are tired of this Death Riders bullshit, fans like me personally that are tired of Yuta, this useless waste of rotted foreskin. Garcia, I don't care what he overcame to get back into the ring. He's not interesting. He's not charismatic. None of this is ever going to work. And Pac is a joke. And Marina, go to the fucking Indies where you belong. You don't belong here. There are so many women on the goddamn Indies that are so much better than this stupid, blank-faced broad. And I'm sick of it. And I'm sorry to yell. I tried to not yell. I'm trying to not get fired up about wrestling. But just quit. Just fucking quit. Tony Khan, you bug-eyed, goddamn filthy-ass cokehead. Just quit. Fucking quit this. Thanks, guys. Because I bought every single AEW pay-per-view. I have, with the exception of like 2 Dynamites. And I think that was either because one time I was sick and the other time with a massive power outage. I do my best to cover AEW, and I've been covering AEW from the beginning. But I'm getting to World's End, and then I'm stopping unless he pivots from some of this stuff. And he gives me a reason to continue to watch. He gives other fans a reason to watch. There is a reason why the audience bleeds throughout the entire program. There's a reason why people will tune in and then tune back out. There's a reason why the crowd shrink. Because he won't pivot. I mean, he can't really book anyway, but he won't fucking pivot. And this Deathrider stuff is literal death. I would rather take a cyanide pill than watch any more of this stuff. Don't take cyanide pills, by the way. Just fucking stop it. And I mean stop it. Like, this needs to end. If any of this is Moxley's idea, well, Dick the Boozer, maybe you need to go back home and just stay at home for about 6 months. Sit there with your guy. Your kid could probably book better than you. That being said, I'm just pissed off about the Deathrider stuff. I have tried to give AEW championships. God damn it. And Orange Cassidy in a fucking main event in 2025. This company is reverting to what was a problem in year one, when they had a lot more momentum than they have now. Khan can spend as much as he wants. The family brings in millions because of his dad's business dealings. And he can do whatever the fuck he wants. And I hope that nothing happens with the Warner Bros. Discovery deal. I hope they continue to be on Max. And if something does happen, I hope they get a deal with another network or another streaming platform, and they can continue. Because I want more healthy competition. But I also want AEW to be better. And if they're not going to fucking be better, then I got to pull back before I just say something I'm going to fucking regret. I'm glad they aren't running here in Washington State, because I might get in trouble for some of the stuff I'd shout. And sure, I might be getting fired up about a lot of shit just because it's supposed to be an entertainment product. I don't care that they're real people. They're bad professional wrestlers. They need to be told they're bad professional wrestlers. And if Tony Khan isn't going to have the balls or the spine to do it, then the fans need to start shouting it at them. And not booing. No, shout at them. Literally tell them they are terrible at what they do. So agree, disagree with what I said, like, share, subscribe, Twitter, Letterboxd, Blue Sky handles in the description. I'm John Redland, and until World's End comes, happy trails to you.